Two HVAC blower motors can look almost identical, yet produce very different replacement invoices. That is because the motor is only one line in the installed cost. Before comparing prices, make sure every quote covers the same replacement boundary. Think of the total as 5 blocks: the motor or blower assembly, any capacitor or electronic module, diagnosis and installation labor, access, travel or after-hours work, and commissioning. A cheap part price can be real while the complete job is still expensive. The useful question is not, what does a blower motor cost? It is, what must be replaced, accessed and proved on this machine? Start by identifying the motor architecture. A permanent split capacitor, or PSC, motor may involve a separate capacitor and speed leads. An electronically controlled motor can combine a motor, control module, signal requirements, setup and fault information. These paths change parts, diagnosis, and labor. Never assume they are interchangeable just because the frame looks similar. Next, define the replacement boundary. Is the quote for the motor only, the motor plus control, the motor and wheel, or the complete blower assembly? A damaged wheel, seized hub, worn mount or unavailable module can move the sensible scope outward. Ask for the exact part or assembly number and the items being transferred from the old unit. Labor follows the access path. A directly accessible assembly can be documented, removed, fitted, wired, and tested efficiently. A deep cabinet, obstructing panels, tight wiring, a stuck wheel hub or an after-hours shutdown expands the clock. Access photos often explain a price difference better than the motor label alone. But diagnosis comes before replacement. Confirm the power supply, control command, capacitor when present, motor, wheel and shaft, and airflow restriction. A blower can stop or underperform because the motor failed, but also because a control signal is absent, a capacitor is weak, the wheel is jammed or the system is heavily restricted. Replacing the wrong part repeats the failure and adds another visit. The high-level workflow is straightforward: diagnose, isolate hazardous energy and verify the condition, label and record wiring and orientation, remove the necessary assembly, match and install the correct components, restore guards and clearances, then commission. This work belongs to authorized personnel following the equipment manual, the site's energy control procedure and applicable local requirements. A useful quote states what is included: the exact motor or assembly, capacitor or module, labor and access assumptions, wheel or balancing work, commissioning, warranty, disposal and travel, plus clear exclusions. Without those lines, two totals cannot be compared honestly. Commissioning is part of the replacement, not optional overhead. Verify rotation, speed or control response, current, airflow or pressure where required, vibration and sound, and panel or leakage condition. The new motor must work inside the real HVAC system, not merely spin on the bench. So compare two quotes on one boundary. The lowest number may become the highest total after excluded controls, access labor, or commissioning are added back. For a replacement cost review, send the equipment model, motor label, symptoms, access photos, voltage and control information, and the scope of the local quote. Longwell can help identify the missing boundaries before parts are ordered.